No, 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 no. Make sure everything works right. There we go. All right, I am ready.
All right.
Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Oop. Now I'm ready. There we go.
All right, I should be good to go.
All right, man. I'm set.
All right, let's get it. Hello, gamers. It is nice. Welcome to another episode of The Voices of Vera with myself, Nice Gaming, No One, and of course you, the Voices of Vera. How you doing, Nepti HD? How you doing? Welcome on in, everybody. Appreciate you all being here. We are fresh off the heels of a new live stream. So today, if you did not get a chance to see it, we'll be going over it. But there was the Alpha 2 guide stream from Intrepid Studios. Pretty much delivering exactly what I wanted, like literally what I predicted in a stream I did last week, where, you know, showing the first step, loading in, what's the starting area like, where are your helpful NPCs, where am I going to need to go, etc., etc. But we'll talk more about that later. But yeah, it was an exciting stream, and I'm glad it delivered what it did. I'm curious on the community's feedback on it. I didn't go into Discord. I didn't really get too much feedback. I didn't go peruse and what the current narrative is. So this is going to be kind of like pretty much all fresh. We pretty much watched it in Discord together, just type in as things came up on streams and everything like that. But yeah, Goobak, welcome on in. How you doing, No One?
I'm doing good, man. Hey, I know you can't say anything, but you should check Discord real quick.
Oh, I saw it as I saw it as you said that.
I got a little distracted there. I'm doing good, man. Yeah, as you guys know, wow. Just as I'm talking, Arctic gives 20 subs. Thank you so much, Arctic. That's crazy.
You guys are doing way too much. Shout out to our guy Arctic for the gifted subs. So we got Intrepid messages, we got Arctic gifted subs, and we just started stream.
The hype is beginning, man. This is crazy.
Way too
we haven't even talked about it yet.
Yes. Okay, I gotta respond to a message really quick. Else you do all the talking. Go.
Okay. Well, yeah. Like I said, we watched the live stream earlier today. As you guys know, we normally do our live streams on Tuesday, but during showcase week, it just doesn't make any sense for us to talk about what we think the live stream might be. We just like to talk afterwards. So oftentimes you guys know by now, but this time of the month, our live streams are right after the showcase. And so we are going to talk about
hey, Else, not to cut you off, but we just got like a lot of gifted subs over here as well.
Did you?
Arctic just went crazy. It says Twitch gifted some. What does that even mean? What is happening? Arctic, thank you so much, bro. He's going crazy. I think, Else, this shot in the dark, I think Arctic might be hyped from the stream as well.
I think so. Yeah, he gifted 20, and then I guess Twitch added a bonus 15. So he gifted 35 subs over here. That's nuts.
What the heck, Arctic, bro? Thank you, man. Yo, chat, can we get a shout out to Arctic? Thank you so much for all the gifted subs. Holy crap. What is all this? What are these notifications?
That's nuts.
September, Twitch gives. Oh yeah. I promise I'm a professional streamer, and I totally.
Oh yeah, I totally know about that.
Yeah. yeah. What you guys? What do you mean, guys? What do you mean? Thank you so much. Look at the hype train. You guys are freaking awesome. Twitch doing the bonus. Yeah, 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 yeah. Let's go. I'm hyped. Let's go. Let's start this stuff right. Hold on, chat. I gotta respond to this message. Oh,
Man. Yeah. So while we wait for Nice to respond, let's get feedback from the chat. On a scale of 1 to 10, what did you guys think of today's live stream? And provide your favorite tidbit, like what you liked the most or what you disliked the most. Let's just kind of get a gauge of what everybody else thinks. And I think Nice and I will provide our feedback there too. But I'm gonna wait until you guys comment first, because normally Nice and I go first, and I think it's only fair
yeah.
that you guys.
Oh, yeah. I like that. Yeah, chat. Go ahead and give your ranking of the stream 1 through 10. Do we want to do the whole stream or no? Do the whole stream because there was just too much. There was the trailer, then there was the trailer. I guess the one where Margaret did the voiceover, and then there was the gameplay one, which we have playing here on screen. So yeah.
All right.
But yeah, you guys go ahead. I want to see numbers 1 through 10. 1 through 10. No one better. You actually say 1. I work as
Arctic says overall it was like a 5. Just the guide was like a 7. No one guest appearance was awesome. I got some things to say about that for sure. I definitely do. Go.
All right, cool. All right, I'm back, chat. I'm back. The timing of that was hilarious. You guys are freaking awesome. Okay, so I'll try to keep an eye on that, but
yeah,
you help me keep an eye on it too.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, so let's see what chat is saying. You said Arctic said a 5. Really?
He said it was a 5. He said the guide was a 7. That was his feedback.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, stream and then the actual guide. Yeah. How you doing, Godzilla? Welcome on in, buddy. The real Godzilla is coming back. I saw you playing For Honor yesterday.
Wow.
The real Godzilla, if you guys don't know, in chat on YouTube, like really close friend of ours, a fellow ESO content creator. He's coming back to gaming just for Ashes of Creation. He's been hyped for it. But yeah, welcome on in. No one bought the YouTube. Yeah. Okay, so Gubek also said 5 out of 10. He said beginning was really boring. It went on for a while. I think it was an important introduction that the community was waiting on, and Bill Troost, which was really cool to finally see him on stream. Yeah. He's like a big important OG, obviously heading EverQuest and everything like that. Really laying the foundation of the genre, if you will. So yeah, really cool. He has a really important role at Intrepid for us not to have seen him this whole time, you know? And so to finally see him, and then, I mean, this was the perfect time probably, right? So yeah, it was really cool to finally see him because dude has an important job, and I like the way they worded it. So let's start there. Do we have a TLDR of the live stream so I have to watch the whole thing? No. In fact, this stream is going to be a 2-hour TLDR of that stream. So it'll be slightly less long than the stream itself, but well, if I had to give a TLDR, it pretty much just a guide, introduction of Alpha 2. And I know that's kind of bland, but it was pretty much showing you the starting area, what you see on screen, your introductory quests, and what's mainly gonna act as your early game quest hub, your point of contact, your base, if you will. So yeah. That's pretty much a rough summary of it, but yeah. CG says, I did not watch it. I'm waiting for Nice to stream. October 25th for alpha testing. I'm skeptic about the game. Fingers crossed for the hype. Yes, October 25th is for alpha testing, assuming you bought your keys before the resale, like if you have that $250 pack and plus. The real Godzilla says, so I can 1VX out of spawn. So that actually brings up a funny tangent. There is PvP available as soon as you load in theory. So that's going to be interesting to see how that plays out, even with the corruption system. So a couple people in Discord was joking like, hey, we're going to camp people at the gates until they fix it or something like that. No one actually does that. Like, imagine you're loading in, the intense music of Ashes of Creation plays in, you know, you load in on the scenery and it's just like, wow, look at this. I'm finally in here. Tink. Like, welcome to Vera, mother lover. But yeah, Nepti said 6 out of 10 because it was beautiful. Okay, so I don't have the pressure of going first. What was your ranking of the stream, no one?
Okay, so I will say when I had no expectations for this live stream because, as you know, like over the last couple of years, what they do for the live stream right before like a big event is it's typically kind of slow. And so like they've
Yeah.
kind of reverse engineered us like, okay, slow live stream means something awesome's coming. And so we all know that Alpha 2's around the corner. So I had zero expectations on this. I was like, okay, we're just going to get some information, kind of what to expect, whatever. And then we got to the hype trailer. And I have to say, from an unbiased perspective, for nice, you know this, but at the start of 2024, I reset my ranking system from 1 to 10 on the off chance that something could surpass something this year. And so I will say, unbiasedly, with no, personal opinion on this, I'd give this live stream a 10 out of 10. And so I just
Ooh.
had no,
Wait, no, I feel like there's some bias there. No,
no. There's no bias at all, guys. I totally think this would no. I would give it a solid 7. I liked the guide. I really liked the. We'll probably talk about it later as well. I liked that they incorporated voice acting into it. I think that that's really important considering some of the other Alpha 2s we've played in the past, other alphas we played. Sorry, and obviously the Alpha 2 hype trailer with 3 content creators was also pretty cool. So I was a big fan of that, which skewed my results a little bit.
it's not your fault. You couldn't help but be skewed.
Just a little bit.
Okay. So let me give my answer. You said a 10 out of 10. Okay.
I'll give it a 7.
Finally did it. I just realized.
I'll give it a 7.
Oh, a 7. Oh, a 7. Okay.
But that one video was like a 10 for sure.
Okay. Overall stream, I'm gonna give it a. Oh, this is tough because I'm trying to encompass the whole stream. I'm gonna give it a 8 out of 10.
Okay.
But I will say this. Let me give a little extra. The trailer, the standalone trailer, the one that Margaret voiced,
Yeah.
amazing. 10 out of 10 for me. It was really good. Like some people like might have said, "Oh, they reused like I want to say 90% of that video, maybe 85 was new footage." And it was spectacular. It was great. It was really great. Really great. I really love that portion. That portion was a 10 out of 10 to me.
Yeah,
This
for sure.
gameplay portion, chat, what you guys see in the background, I'd give that. I want to give it a 10 out of 10 too, chat. I want to give it a 10 out of 10 as well. Argument could be made for 9 out of 10. Let's say 9 out of 10. Let's give it 9 out of 10, chat. Let's give it 9 out of 10. I'll give Margaret's a 10 out of 10, that standalone thing with the narration. And then this stream where they show the introductory area, let's give it a 9 out of 10. And I know what you're thinking. We've had some hype live streams, some hype archetype showcases that were amazing. They went through a POI. They showed you a skill tree of a class and a new mob types and a boss fight, blah, blah, blah. The only reason, this is a little biased, but I think the reason this was a 9 out of 10 is only because it met my expectations. I know people didn't really know where to have their expectations. They was like guide, but leading up to the
Sure.
stream, I watched what they did for the Alpha 1 preview, and I kind of set the expectations last week. I was like, okay, chat, I think they're gonna do this. What I want to see is I didn't think they'd show the character creator. Some people want to see the character creator. Thank you for subscribing, Eritron. Appreciate that. Some people wanted to see the character creator. I didn't think they was going to show it because they've said throughout the last couple of streams that it's a little buggy, little work in progress. But I think they thank you for subscribing. I butchered the heck out of your name and I apologize. Ogweeby. He said, I love you guys, but Def was not a 9 out of 10. So I think this and hold on, let me finish explaining. This portion right here was a 9 out of 10 because it met my exact expectations. Does that make sense? Like it met my exact expectations. And it did exactly what I wanted it to do, like or what I expected, right?
Sure.
Arcane Adam just followed. Oh wow, welcome on in, dude. Welcome on in. If you guys don't know, that is the content creator program manager, Arcane Adam. Thank you so much for the follow. Welcome on in.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And tell Margaret, I promise, as soon as I get a break right here, I'm going to respond to the thing she just sent me. Okay. So I expected, what did I say? You guys can go to my stream that I did last week. It's titled Huge Alpha 2 or Ashes of Creation stream this month. It's titled something like that. And in that stream, I said, I want to see us load in. I want to see exactly what that load in spot is. And they showed us coming through the portal, right? Showed us coming through the portal, your first quest that you pick up, what that whole beginner experience is so that players know what to expect.
Yep.
And something that Intrepid has been trying to do for some time now is set expectations. And this was another way to set expectations. There was a lot of bugs in the background, which Steven pointed out. And some people get mad when they see these bugs, but I kind of like when they don't edit this stuff out because it lets you know it, or rather reminds you that this is a work in progress, right?
Yeah.
So I like that. It set expectations. It showed you the first couple of quests you picked up, and who was that talking in the background? I think it was Bill. I think it was Bill that went over it. Don't I only watched the stream one time so far, chat. I mean, this is literally stream day, so don't butcher me. But he said, like, and you see this on in the background here. Hey, here's where you get commissions. Here's where you're gonna get your quests. Here's where you're gonna probably get your mounts. Here's where you're gonna do this. Here's where you're gonna do that. This is gonna be your main quest hub. And so in that sense, it did everything that I wanted to do. If I don't feel like that's gassing the stream, I feel like that's just meeting expectations. Now, if your ranking is based on how cool or how hype and how epic it was, no. Give me the fighter archetype stream any day. Give me that ranger stream any day. Give me that caravan PvP stream any day. But in terms for what the goal was and the expectations that was set for a guide, I think it was a good guide, like a beginner guide. That's why it's a 9 out of 10 for me. And Margaret's part, like I said, was a 10 out of 10. Stream overall, 8 out of 10. Long, but it was necessary for introductions, especially to Bill and whatnot. So yeah, I think that's why it's a 9 out of 10. Personally.
Can I go on a quick tangent off that real quick? Nice.
You know
and
what?
why I appreciate it. Okay. So what the biggest thing about the entire expectations and why I agree with Nice here, I thought it was a good live stream, but the expectations being set is so important because when you come from a perspective that Ashes of Creation is, where they're having an Alpha 2 that you have to purchase into, you're going to get a lot of detractors, right? You're going to get a lot of people that, and I've said this in other videos, this is nothing that I haven't said before, but you have a lot of people that they are very polarized on what alphas are. And they're like, you want me to pay to test your game? Absolutely not. For a lot of people, this is a non-starter. And so you will have a lot of people that will hate watch content, and they will hate watch and they will hate comment on things. And they'll be like, oh yeah, they're trying to hype you up to purchase an alpha. And they're trying to do this. They're trying to, lie to you guys about what the game is. And I did an entire video about a month ago talking about Ashes of Creation setting expectations for Alpha 2 and talking about, and they've said this, if you guys watching this live stream, you know this, but for over a year now, they've been like, this is a work in progress. It is not going to be an early access game. And there are still people out there that will go, well, technically it's early access. Technically it's early access. So that's just what it is. It's just early access. Yeah. So we have to treat it like every other early access game. And I have no idea why these people want to do this. It really makes no sense to me. Yes, it is access earlier, but there's a big difference between like Valheim's current early access and what Ashes of Creation is providing. And if you go into Ashes of Creation expecting like a Valheim level experience or another type of early access like Pal World style game, you're going to be disappointed. You're going to be disappointed because you're gonna be like, hey, this is what I've been through other video games. This has been my perspective on what early access is, and now yours is just a much worse version. And so setting up expectations for like, hey, this is what it is. Like when you're going in here, this is what you're going to experience. This is a testing phase. We're here to have you test. All of this is so important because people don't watch every single live stream. Like not everybody watches every single live stream, not everybody pays attention. And so having the same cadence from Intrepid as to what this is and what you're going in to test and what you're going into a try is very important in my opinion. I really appreciate that they continue to drive this home.
Yes, yes. Well said. Well said. Um, and so someone earlier, Ogilvy had said, I expected something new for half of the stream. It was literally just stuff from previous streams. And I think that's fair. I think that's fair. He says,
I lost my
and there was no
audio real quick.
footage.
I don't know why.
Okay. And he said, and there was no footage of any other biome other than the Riverlands from what we've seen, even though we've seen it on the map. So I think what we got to understand is that this stream may not be just for us. Does that make sense? And I talked about this last week on the stream as well, but they need this to and Arctic, thank you so much for that gifted sub to Adam. Appreciate that. One thing I said, and I know a lot of this is a little biased, chat, because I called all this. Like I literally, I hate, I don't want to make this a I told you so speech, but this is what I wanted, and this is what I expected. And I also said, and I hate to keep saying it, but I also said last week was exactly, Nova beat me to it. This stream was for the new people. This stream isn't for me and you that's been following the game
Yes.
since Alpha 1, early Alpha 2, since Kickstarter. This wasn't for us. Don't get me wrong. I feel like we got some new information. Like we've seen the starter area, but you got to think about how many people have bought keys since they reopened it. Do you know the day that they reopened keys, there was people that bought the keys that day that never watched a previous Intrepid stream, but there's like, oh, there's a cool new MMO. I get to play it in November. Sign me up here. Take my money. And so we got to keep that in mind that, yeah, they went through a lot of things. Like they showed a couple of slides with the skills from the archetype, and most of them, besides maybe the tank, we saw them all. But that's still good for a new player that's looking into this game, curious about what skills are going to be available to each archetype, right?
Yep.
So there's a lot of repeated information. Yes, we saw the Riverlands, but me personally, and this is an expectations thing, right? So, and I say this not to say that you're wrong, because like I said, you're right. There wasn't nothing new for like us hardcore followers. But I personally didn't log in to feeling that, oh, we're gonna go see the Lawless Zone today. I want them to tour the Sand Squall Desert. I want to see the progress with the tropics. I didn't expect that. I expected this right here, which is the introductory beginner experience. But yeah. He said, if that's the case, it makes sense. It just felt like a waste of time for a good 30 minutes for me. I completely understand this. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, based, very based. Which reminds me, and I was going to talk about this today, despite no matter how good Intrepid did this or not, but new player experience. And this is a question for all of you in chat, and appreciate you all being here. And I got a little list that so I had a video ready to post today, and as I was editing the video, chat, I was like, no, I just want to do this live. I just want to talk to you guys live. I was going to compile, I had a video put together because I was taking notes during the stream, and what I'll do is kind of use that loose script that I have. And for the people that didn't get to see the live stream today, what we're going to do is give a summary of said stream. Before we get into that, though, how important? I have a random question that just popped in my head as we was having this previous conversation. How important is the new player experience for an Alpha 2 test? I'm gonna run that one by you guys. How important is the new player experience for an Alpha 2 test? Where am I going with this? Two places. One, is the PvP gonna be an issue? Like if you can be PvP'd right there in that starter zone while you're trying to do this quest, while you're trying to venture out into the world and kill those beginning goblins of the quest that we saw. Number two, just in general, how important is it? Like, do you need to have that new player experience not finalized? It's a work in progress, right? But do you need to have that new player experience be crisp and ready to keep players wanting to go out and venture into the world, like obviously this is going to change multiple times. They talked about as more systems get online, this starter zone is going to change as they add a new profession. As they add animal husbandry right there's going to be like a new stable near that tent. So if you want to sign up for animal husbandry or get a little lesson on that, there's going to be that there, etc., etc. But yeah, Arctic says no PvP. He said no because PvP is the main point of Ashes. So Arctic's saying you need a reality check. Like, welcome to Vera. Here's a slice of my sword, mother lover. Like welcome. But yeah, what do you think? No one. How important is it?
Um, it's like as far as a game goes, I think you and I agree. Like as a whole, a game's new player experience is very important. As far as Alpha Two goes, I haven't
TMA,
participated.
thank you.
I don't want to. I don't want to like chicken out of this question, but like I'm going into this with different expectations from a lot of people. Like I'm just kind of assuming the first couple of months might be very buggy and laggy, and I'm just under the assumption that my first experience isn't going to be very good, just due
Yeah.
to the fact that the game's only going to be up for 3 out of 7 days, and so they're setting aside time to have it down for a reason, right? Like
Yeah.
so for me, it's like okay, well it'd be weird for me to say that it's super important, and then I also just acknowledge for 2 months that like it could go very terribly, I guess. So I just wanted to have enough. Like I want it. My expectations are what we're seeing on live streams. I want to experience an Alpha 2 with bugs.
Mm.
And so that's my expectation. Like what we saw today, what we saw from the characters today, what we saw with glitches and bugs and stuff like this. This is what I'm expecting. If we go in and like it doesn't look like this, and it's not, you know, and
Yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah.
it's like a half version of this where it's just like pieced together with toothpicks and bubble gum and stuff, and you're
Yeah.
watching it and you're like, no, like this is a huge miss. My
Yeah.
expectations are the live stream. And so if we have server performance issues and they have to get that under control, but you can kind of tell
Mhm.
underneath that the system's there, I'm fine with that. So
Okay.
how about you?
I think that's fair. I think it's chat had so I'm gonna read chat instead of giving you an answer. I'm gonna chicken out
Oh my
and read chat
oh
because
my
they said a
god.
lot of good things that I do agree with. Well, actually, hold on. Let me just give you a regular answer. I think it's important to rope players in, and it's important for the developers to go ahead and get a practice or show us what they think a new player experience will be like. But on
Sure.
the flip side, it is an alpha. I don't expect much. It has so much more polishing to go. So the fact that they even have anything, anything baseline, I think they're already doing a good job. Like this little introductory quest, that's good. Like the fact that they
Yeah.
even have this says a lot to me. So I'm satisfied. I remember loading to PAX Days Alpha and you're just plucked on some in the middle of some field. Don't know you don't have any direction to go. There's no NPCs. It's just like, well, go build a house. Oh, okay. So I like that they have this introductory quest. And I
Yeah.
like that when you step through the portal, that NPC was over there. And we could delve into the voice acting, but I like that
Yes.
this NPC yells over to you saying, hey, welcome in, and whatever the line was. So I think all that stuff is pretty immersive. The catching up with the voices of Vera here, they had some really good comments. So
Okay.
Idalar, or sorry if I said that wrong. I suck at reading names tonight. New player experience is hard to get right. It's a good thing. Oh wait, hold on. Chat just moved. Okay, it's a good thing that they start testing it now. Yes. Goobak says, I think it's very important. It should be the most polished right now in this alpha test, and we need to be able to give feedback ASAP so it can be reiterated on. Yeah, I think it'll constantly go through a lot of changes. Let's see. Nova says it's very important. I am not a PvP person, so I will be staying in towns, leveling up armor slash weaponsmithing. Fair. Atomic says new players should not be babysat, but at the same time, the game should not allow abuse from upper level players. Yes, and this is where that corruption system comes into
Yep.
play, and this is where that corruption system needs to be very fine tuned. I know they're going to be constantly tweaking corruption throughout the course of development, but maybe they already have this handled with spot tested. They need to go ahead and have those numbers at least to an appropriate amount to where a player kills someone one time and they're like, oh, I'm not supposed to be doing that. Oh, that's not allowed. Like, especially if you're, I mean, come on, let's say you already did your tutorial, right? And you're already level 10 and these level ones are loading in and you kill them. Because remember, guys, if you kill someone that's a lower level than you, that corruption penalty is supposed to be amplified. They need to have that part down because if not, you're going to get these max levels killing the guys coming through the portal that didn't have a chance to start the alpha until Sunday, so they're level 1. These guys been no life in the alpha, so they're level 25 waiting for you to come through the portal so they can just F you up. So I do think that's important and something to keep an eye on. Grux says, I'd say not very important because it's easier to design new player features after the game is done. Otherwise, you run the risk of redoing it over and over. Very well said, Grux. I'm actually seeing that in New World. I think they've revamped their new player experience 3 times. I think Eternum is either going to be the third or fourth time they've revamped their whole new player experience. So
I
it lets you know that these MMO devs know it's very important.
I I will say this. I think them having a new player experience in at least the betas to test and to iterate and improve on, I think that is important for exactly what you're talking about, Nice, because New World went their new player experience was not good, and they had to
Yeah.
overhaul it. They had to overhaul it for good reason. And so the new player experience, I think, is it's very, very important for any MMORPG. If you really want players to get to end game, they have to be able to enjoy the game. If they're not enjoying the game, they're not going to get there, and you just suffer from huge retention issues if you don't do that.
Yes, I don't want Ashes of Creation to be another one of those games where you're trying to get your friend to play, and you got to tell them like, "Oh, it gets better
Just
at
get to end
game.
game.
Oh,
Just get to
yeah,
end game.
just get to
Nice.
level
It's fine.
50. Just get to end game. You know, just level up, do this whole quest line, force yourself to do these town boards, and it'll get good. You know, like
Yeah.
that should not be the kind of experience that we're going for.
Just chop down 100,000 trees and 50,000 rocks, Nice, and then come meet me in the end game, and you'll have a great time. I promise.
Yes. Here, let me send this message to the group really quick, and then chat. I got some notes, or if you want to take over for a second.
Yeah. So overall, the last alpha that I participated in was PAX Days, and I will say I didn't. That's where I was drawing my comparisons from, guys, because it's the most recent one that I compared. So when I was watching this live stream, I was like, okay, what are the differences? And I have to say that the voice acting, the AI voice acting that they did, was a very nice adjustment. We've already kind of like tiptoed around it, so we're just going to jump into it here. I thought that it was very helpful, and I never really pinpointed it when I was in PAX, but when I was testing stuff there, like they had a world and it was in Unreal Engine 5, and you were chopping down trees and you were building stuff and you were assembling stuff, but it always felt kind of quiet, if that makes sense. Like it didn't really like there's a difference, like an ambience that they're going for, right? It's a survival style, more of a survival style MMO where you build up castles and stuff, and so you're not going to be interacting in the same way. But just having the even like the AI voice acting that Ash has had here just made Vera feels so much more alive than what I experienced when I was in PAX. And I think that it's Viral said this in Discord as well, and I agree with this, but it just felt more alive. Like it would just those little details around the edges make a world feel like a world, and I thought that was a nice change.
Well said. That's actually one of the things I had written down here to talk about. Like, so let's dive into that again. AI voice acting, or let's not even talk about the AI portion. So if you guys were not aware, Intrepid did, I guess, premiere the fact that they are using AI voice acting, but it's in-house AI voice acting, if that makes sense. Like they're training the models in-house with their developer voices to voice these NPCs in the world. It was never like a deal breaker to me, but I was really like, when I saw that they were not going to have voice acted quest lines and NPCs.
Mm-hmm.
It does indeed, like you said, make the world feel more immersive, more alive when, you know, the NPCs talk. Even if you're the type of person that just skips through quests, like hearing voices and chatter in the world and hearing that voice, it helps you get more attached to that character. Um, and else, I actually like something that you said in Discord earlier. You said, the Elder Scrolls Online, and by the way, you guys, an MMO known for its voice acting, like ESO does its voice acting, and they really do it. So maybe that's what I got spoiled by. But no one here. He said ESO hired Kate Beckinsale to voice one of the NPCs. And he's like, they don't need to do anything like that. So even if it's just AI voice acting or in-house voice acting, as long as it's good, who cares? Because think about how much you would have to pay Kate Beckinsale to voice your NPC of your MMO.
Yeah.
And that's money that could have went towards coding for a new battleground or a new DLC, art budget, you know, all this different kind of stuff. Like there's a limit. But chat, what are you guys thinking about? Like, do you not care because you skip the quest anyway, or how big of a deal is it for you? Chat GPT quests? No, we ain't going that far. How you doing, Viral? Welcome on in.
Yeah, for me to piggyback off that, like I like normal voice acting as well. Like I play Baldur's Gate, and I think the voice acting in Baldur's Gate 3 is fantastic. I think it's really well done. But like when you think about like your overall budget for a video game, right?
Yeah.
If you have X amount of dollars, you can get good voice acting without having to hire Kate Beckinsale, is what I'm trying to, which was my point. Like, you can get really good voice actors, and it doesn't have to be Kate Beckinsale. I am a huge fan of Kate Beckinsale, and so even I like me admitting this should give you guys like good reason to understand where I'm coming from. Like, you can have good voice acting, and I don't know how this is going to be like with AI and everything, but if they constantly iterate on it and it just adds that little extra ambiance to the world to where you have like chatter going on in the background, it's such a big deal. I think like not having it and then having it is such a stark contrast. Like, we've gone so many live streams without them having it. That was like a shocker when the NPC talked. I was like, holy, like it really caught me off guard, because like I'm tuned in just like all of you guys are. And I'm like, okay, yeah, this is way better. Like it's got to be worked on, but it's still way better than what it was.
Yes. So I have something fun. Let me pause the background music here, chat. Should I share my screen? If you guys did not know, we are in the presence of a celebrity. Okay, you guys. If you guys didn't know that we're a big deal, you are about to know now. So so here, if you guys missed the stream, here's how it went. The introduction to Bill Troost. Steven did his normal thing where he prefaces like 13 different times to remind you that it's an alpha. And I think after that, they did the content creator / hype trailer. So I think this was like a little behind the scenes knowledge for you guys. So months ago, Intrepid reached out to use audio or footage from one of my streams, a soundbite, and but they never said what it was for. And so we've always been like,
which
what is
was
it for?
awful, by the way. That was like, yeah. Like, if you're gonna tell us you're gonna use some audio and you're not gonna tell us what it is, you know what that created in the background.
Yes, bro. You know what? Yes, here's our opportunity to give feedback to Intrepid. So Intrepid's probably watching the stream and they're wanting feedback for the new player experience, feedback for their plans. No, the only feedback you're gonna get is when you ask us to use footage. Please tell us what it's for, because me and him. So the footage that they asked to use was from like an 1.5-hour live stream.
Yeah.
Tell me why me and this guy rewatched an 1.5 hours of our own live stream, piece by piece, putting together a list of what parts they could have possibly used and what the implications of said specific part would be. So we're like, obviously,
what's
it's for
it
an Alpha
about?
2 trailer.
Like,
what if it's not? What is it? What if it's this? What if it's that?
Keep in mind, guys, we didn't have an exact Alpha 2 date at this point in time, so we weren't sure. So when Nice got the message that they were going to take something from one of our videos, we're like, are we getting an announcement? Are we getting an Alpha 2 announcement? So we're trying to like sleuth and figure out what it's used for and what it's in reference to. And we're like, okay, well, were we talking like dumbasses about something and we're going to get called? Like, we don't know what it was about, you know? So we're trying to figure it out. It was pretty funny.
Yeah, we like talk about letting your mind run. Like, it was just like, what? Yeah, that was torture. And so every stream that happened afterwards is like, are they gonna use the clip in this stream? Is it gonna be in this stream? Is it gonna be in this stream? Oh man. But anyways, chat. So I say all that to say, here, let me share my full screen, and else I'll share my monitor with you, so that way
yeah, so
your stream can see it at the same time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna share it at 30 frames or 30 frames should be fine, right? I don't know.
Yeah, why not? My
We're
voice
here for just a luscious voice.
There we go. Let me make sure the sound's up on here. Okay.
All right, chat. So anyways, we say all that to say they finally used the clip in today's live stream. And I'm gonna slight spoiler alert. This guy's voice was used in the trailer, and not only that, it was the first thing you hear, which is huge. Like, congratulations, dude.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Thank you.
So let's just take a listen. Do I got the volume up? Yes. All right, here we go.
Every single month since September, I've said the exact same thing, and that is, this is the best live stream of the year. This is the best live stream of the year. I'm gonna come out and I'm just gonna say it was a 10 for me.
Because it's like, dang, like Intrepid is cooking, and the reason that we're having this
DA of
feeling is
NBS.
because they have the great developers and the great team that they have on right
Yep.
now.
Guys, I'm trying not to be such a fangirl right now,
Play-
but I'm gonna
play
lose
it
my
cool.
freaking-
Jamie and
I
Annie.
can't. Oh my god.
I can probably speak for a lot of people whenever I say I am so excited to see what it's going to be like. Take a few
Ask them
steps
goal.
into it and really have that experience.
Let's go. Alpha 2 hype. Almost here. Let's go. October 25th, baby. Let's go.
HD goes,
So-
Cap, this is AI.
Yeah, so pretty exciting. Sorry.
Hey, guys, I know that voice. I know that voice pretty well.
That's funny. That's funny. Rika says, I need an autograph. That was a good line. Yeah, it was just so perfect. It was so perfect.
It's
But yeah, that's awesome. It's just awesome to see Intrepid listening to the community, you know, watching their content creators, watching what the people are saying in Discord, checking the forums. They got a really awesome team. I sound like a broken record. I'm sorry, Alice. I'm gonna let you get in here, but
Yeah, you're
last
good.
shout out, like I played a game for a decade, streamed a game for a decade, where I did not see the developers do a fraction of this for their content creators nor their community. So yeah, just know that what Intrepid is doing is almost unheard of on the community front. So yeah,
Yeah.
go ahead.
What I think is cool is well, oh, I got your music in the background. Oh, 1 second.
Oh, sorry, I'm still sharing my
yeah,
screen.
you're good. You're good. I'll stop it. Well, what I think is cool is the excitement you're showing right now is just as you're just as excited now as I was for you when you got to do the AMA. Like, I heard
Oh,
you got
yeah.
to do the AMA. I'm like, fuck yeah, Nice gets to do the AMA. Let's go. I was like, we're going to give him the best questions possible. Like, this is going to be great.
Mhm.
And I thought that was super cool. And yeah, I heard it. Like, I'm like driving, and you guys don't know this, but I was driving at the time, and the first time they tried to play that little thing, it messed up. And so like there's the audio was clipping and it skipped a little bit, and then all of a sudden like they're like, and we're back. And so I'm driving and I was listening to it on my phone, and I hear that, and I heard my voice right away, and it was cutting out a little bit, and then I heard like Jamie, and then I hear, and we're back, and I'm like, what the hell did I miss? What else was in there? Right? And so I'm like, what else is in there? And so like, and then she goes, yeah, you know, this is messed up, we're gonna play it again. And yeah, it was a little mini clip, but it was funny. It was fun to hear. And it's, yeah, like Nice said, it's just how they respond to the community is completely different than anything I've experienced. And I think that's really cool. Feedback as far as how they iterate what they have for Alpha 2 is fantastic. How they talk to their content creators, I think, is fantastic. How they communicate with the community. All of this is just really good stuff, in my opinion. And yeah, it just getting excited, man. 28 days. 28 days.
Yes, 28 days. So I would like to go ahead and get into the things that most people may have missed if they missed the stream, obviously. So let's go ahead and start getting into that. So I have a little cheat sheet. We've discussed obviously a lot of the things already, right? But next on the list here is something I think may have slipped by a lot of people, something that Margaret spoke on. Oh, and by the way, shout out to Margaret. This is her last work day. She goes on maternity leave starting tomorrow. Don't worry, everything's not gonna, get lit on fire, and the world's not gonna come crashing down at Intrepid Studios. Margaret is the glue that I feel she's the glue that holds them together. But she will be back before Alpha 2, so don't worry. Vera's not gonna be on fire. She'll be back. She'll be back. Gotta deliver a baby. That's all. Just deliver a whole baby, a whole human. That's all. But she said something during the stream that I think a lot of people may have skipped by. She said that essentially there's going to be a significant change to live streams going forward. This is something that we've talked about a lot.
Yep.
How are streams going to change now that the game is live, now that it's a live service, something that we got our hands on? We don't need to wait to see Steven play to know what's going on in the world. We are experiencing this game as it's happening. So how do you go about doing a live stream? And they said it's going to be more playing with players. There's not going to be really just a formal Q&A thing on the forums, like submit your questions for a chance to be selected. They are going to be pulling the questions live. So something comes up in chat, they're going to pull it live. So I think that would be cool.
Yeah.
Expand the quality of the product. Probably doing like patch note style updates. Some games do this. Some MMOs do this, where the developer once a month will sit down. I know Mortal Online 2 does it. I think New World had a YouTube series where they said, "Hey, we hear you. We're doing
Balance of
this, blah
power.
blah blah."
Yeah. It was good stuff.
Balance of power. So it's gonna be like, patch note style. Hey, we know you guys always fall through the map when you step in this section of the Sand Squall Desert. We're gonna fix this and blah blah blah. Arctic says, how about the fact that Steven leaked that they are doing NDA tests every weekend up to Alpha 2 launch? Yeah, that's a big one. I think they're going to do 9,000 players starting tonight. I think spot tests start tonight. Do you guys want me to stream the spot tests? No, nobody.
Yeah,
all right, no one responded in time. So
no,
so sorry.
I guess not.
No. All right, fine. I didn't see nothing pop up on that scroll.
You can send it to me later. I'll watch it. Nice.
Goobak said no. Y'all too late. I don't know if there's a stream delay or what, but you guys way too late.
The stream delay absolutely screwed you guys over. Like that's not fair. That's not fair at all.
But yeah, there's gonna be the NDA testing. But yeah, so I think it's cool knowing or predicting how the streams are gonna change going forward. I imagine those patch note styles updates until maybe we get like a major system. I imagine a major system is going to get a stream type that we're more familiar with. It's not going to be on the live server that we're playing, but they have a different build. So, and I've talked about this before, but when Naval comes online, the Turquoise Sea comes online, they'll have a stream of them out on the ocean, out on the sea or whatever. Here's the different naval ships. It's work in progress. We only got 6 boats ready for you, 6 different sizes. Here's the content that's available in the sea. We have 2 raid bosses and fishing, blah, blah, blah. And then they'll tell us like, hey, you should be getting this in about 3 months. You guys, it should come to you guys server and a major patch update. And I expect the rogue, when the rogue comes to the game, that's going to be your traditional archetype stream that we've seen before. Summoners, same thing. Major systems are going to get familiar streams, I imagine. But yeah, I think we're going to go for more of that live service. I'm excited to see what they do, what they mean when they say they're going to do more playing with the community. It's pretty self-explanatory, but I wonder exactly what ways. Like when Node Sieges first come online, are we going to do how we saw with the Castle Siege for Alpha 1? I think that'd be pretty cool.
This got me on another tangent. Actually, Nice. This is your fault now, but yeah, I was just thinking about this, and you talking about them working with the community and everything, and I started thinking about all the live streams we've done in the last year with other guilds, and how many guilds have formed preparing for Alpha 2, preparing for the betas, and I can't remember which one it was. I think it was the first guild one we did where we were talking, and they're like, how many, they said, how many other games do you know of that are in this current state of the game, that already have a community built like this, with people just ready to go in and experience. And that really like has resonated with me, because that was over a year ago now. Like that was a year ago, and I think about it, it's like, that's absolutely true. Like what Ashes has here with their community before even a live service game is available is special. It really is special, and them honing in on that with the community on a monthly basis, testing things, going through things, doing things with the community, is something that they could do that not many other MMORPGs could replicate, in my opinion.
Yeah. It's unrivaled, right? It's literally unrivaled. It's I'm not sure I've seen it before. You have games where before they release, like we've said before, that it has a little hype. There's a little subreddit.
Not a community
that's on the lookout for it. Not a community. Not a whole community. Not to the point where people are developing guilds before it's out. It's just next level, man. And like I've said before, it's the kind of environment Intrepid fosters. It's the kind of, and I think it starts with Steven, right? I think it starts with Steven. I don't know if many let's just use the term CEO for lack of a better term. I don't know if too many people running a game that will drop by Discord and talk with people or comment in people's videos and be on the
Mhm.
front line instead of hiding behind whatever. This is just really humble community vibes. And I think that just kind of, spreads throughout the community. You build that vibe. And
Yeah.
yeah, I think it's unrivaled. So yeah. Also we gotta look at the Alpha 2 map,
Yeah.
which is something we've seen glimpses of it, but yeah, we gotta look at the Alpha 2, like the whole map chat. So uh I don't have a picture of that handy. But yeah, we did get a chance to see the whole map. Actually, I tell you what, I will go ahead and maybe see if I can find that for you
Yeah,
guys.
I'll see if I can find it too. Wrong thing. Wrong thing. Whoops.
Oh
Alright,
yes, viral say he'll put it in Discord for us.
perfect. Thank you so much, Viral.
Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. But yeah, I think that was a pretty good big deal. Something very important to really set expectations about how large this world is going to be. I think that's a really big deal. You get to see exactly what's you know what to expect, long story short. And the crazy thing is it's only a fraction of the map. We
Yes.
know that the server size for the Alpha 2 test is going to be 3K per server.
Yep.
But yeah, and somebody asked about a microtransaction during the Alpha 2. I don't predict one. I think they did say eventually they might start bringing one online to like test, and
Yeah.
maybe it'll be available. I don't expect that very early alpha stages at all. Maybe beta or as we get closer to it. I don't expect that October 25th, if that makes sense. But yeah, and
Yeah.
I think even if they do that, it is just going to be cosmetic. So yeah. Vandar says, "Do you remember when I said that they would launch around Margaret?" I think I do. I think I do remember that. I think Oh, I never. Wait, is that the conspiracy though? That it did work out like
Is
that.
that your guys' conspiracy?
Although I think if that was the case, Margaret would have taken a longer maternity leave. I don't know. What channel is the map going in? It should be in the Voices of Vera Discord. Let's see. I think Viral still is getting it.
Muscle says this view is great. Yeah, there's one scene in here. And guys, this is nothing but a compliment. But I was watching this and I was like, okay, this is pretty cool. There's a scene where they overlook the tree off in the distance, and the first thing that
Yeah.
jumped to my head, I was like, this is very Elden Ring esque. Like you have this big castle and you're overlooking
Mhm.
a huge tree in the distance, and it like obviously it's not similar art or anything, but it was on the same scale. And I was like, this is they nailed this part. Like they hit this part right here artistically very well, in my opinion. If
Yeah.
I'm comparing it to Elden Ring.
Um. Viral put the image in Discord, by the way. So
Great.
here we
Thank you
have
so
a
much,
look
Viral.
at the Alpha 2 map. Here, let's there we go. That should be a better look. We'll hang out on this scene for a little bit, chat. This is the Alpha 2 map. If you guys missed it, 100% looks great. I think it looks great. Yeah. So there's a legend right here. I'm not blocking too much, so if you want to see what I'm blocking, there's that. It's just a little dungeon symbol right there. So
There you
there
go.
is one dungeon. That is the wreckage of Carfin. So the Carfin Tower, we remember, if you guys remember, this was answered, and actually, this was I want to say my first question in the AMA, like how large is the Tower of Carfin and something like that. And Steven said it's large, and apparently it is large from what I've heard and what they've said on stream. It's a pretty large area, and you guys saw some of it, like a very small portion of it, during the story arc stream. I think that was last year. I think that was last year, right? I think it was last year.
The wreckage of Carfin. Yeah, we're talking about right here,
Yeah.
guys. Yeah.
So this is a Carfin.
So for an idea for map size too, guys, for those of you guys that what they have said, if you believe Google, the Alpha 2 map that we're getting is roughly the size of what New World released on their release date. They're about the same size. So if you have an idea, and then when you look at the server size, it's roughly the same server size as well. It's actually a pretty large area, all things considered. If it's to be believed by Google that both these maps are the same size. And yeah, there's a lot in here. There's a pretty cool layout. I see a lot of river tributaries and everything, and yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Yes.
What the fuck is this? I'm sorry, the Ursine Caves. Do you see? Is this water down here below here? Is that what this is?
Ursine Caves.
Yeah,
I don't see it.
So center of the map, northwest of it, it's a red shield.
Oh, yeah, okay, I see it.
You see right below
Oh,
it.
it's a POI.
Yeah, it looks like just like a bunch of river. Like all these others are rivers. This looks like a river, but it doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah, it's like a. This is the Lakelands. The rest is the Riverlands. Surely.
Like a swamp.
So we
kind of
yeah, the swamp.
Yeah, it's just like they. I mean, I suppose it's a swamp, but just from this view, it doesn't look like it. It looks like these are just rivers that aren't connected to anything.
Yeah, it could be like a thin thing that's not worth putting on a map, a very thin thing that connects it to the other bodies of water. But yeah, it's tough to say. Is there a zoom here? Let's see. How can I zoom in here?
Control plus.
Control
I have
plus.
my epic pen up, and I'm just circling what we're talking about.
Oh, I'm jealous.
You want me to share my screen?
Here, I got it. Here we go. Here it is, chat.
Yeah, it just looks super interesting. This does.
Yeah,
Must
it
be
might
like a
have like a
marshland.
little small line, like a small river that does connect it to the rest, but maybe not. How many zones on a continent? Oh, dude, I don't even know. Like it's a lot though. It's a lot. I know that's not the best answer, but
A lot.
just know that this is this is like not even a portion of what to expect. Like El said, this is just the Riverlands biome right here, right? Just the Riverlands. And New World at launch was about the size of this.
Yep.
That's not even a portion of the continent. If you're in a Discord or if you're in our Voices of Vera Discord, do /wiki space so it searches and just put map M-A-P and it'll show you the current or the last iteration of the map that we're expecting, and you'll see that the Riverlands, what you see right here, is not even a fraction of Steven's vision, which is crazy. Crazy.
Yeah.
How many nodes? It is 5. So let's find the 5 nodes. So you have Miralef. We've seen this on a stream before. That is over here.
The map we're getting is roughly New World size for Alpha 2, and then the entire world of Vera is, if it's to be believed by Google, which is infallible, it's roughly 30 times the size. If you guys want to have like an idea for scale, like 30 New Worlds fit into one Vera. That's how big this map is. It's huge.
So here's Miralef. That's one node. We got Winstead right here, and in between that, you see the Highwayman Hills. Now, you little nerds that need to touch grass may remember, you little nerds that need to touch grass and watch every AOC live stream. You may recall that the Highwayman Hills is where we saw the cleric showcase take place in. And it's kind of cool. As we go through this map, we can kind of look at previous showcases and kind of have a better frame of reference of where we were. So let me backtrack a little bit towards Miralef. If you look under Miralef, you'll see the Oakenbane Keep, chat. This is the Oakenbane Keep right here. That's where we had our first, that's where we had the tank showcase. So if we look for our next node, which this one we haven't seen, it's Halcyon. I could be saying that wrong. North of Halcyon, don't quote me on this, chat. Maybe one of you guys can correct me. North of Halcyon is somewhere called Grave Peak. Now, this red symbol means it's a POI. I'm not 100 on this, chat, but I think that's where we saw the first view of the cleric / the day and night stream. You know, that little zombie area with the graveyard? I think that could be this POI. Matter of fact, there's no way it's not, right? Do you guys agree with me on that? Walking simulator? Nah, there's gonna be mounts. There's mounts. It ain't gonna feel too bad.
You know, it'd be fun to do. Nice. I was just thinking. Actually, you probably won't think this is fun. You'll just appreciate the. I'm a fucking nerd, is what I'm trying to say. You remember the caravan where they went from Miraleth to Winstead? Wouldn't it
Yeah,
be
yeah.
fun to try to track the exact route that they took?
No, you're not, dude. I'm so glad you said it out loud like a weirdo, because I was thinking the same thing.
I was like,
I want to do that.
It'd be fun to go back and like see exactly where they went on here relative to what the
Yes.
map looks like.
I want to do side by side picture comparisons to the showcase to what I'm playing. I want to retrace the routes that they did. Like, oh, I'm finally here.
Let me
You know,
get
that's
my
something
glasses
like once
on.
you see the world.
Let me get my
like,
glasses and my pocket protector on here. We'll nerd it up real quick.
yes,
you got
that's
your
something I
protractor?
really want to do. Dude, yes. Oh,
Okay.
and we could try to recreate certain scenes, like from that, like get a bunch of rangers to recreate certain things that Intrepid
Oh
set up.
yeah,
That'd be
we gotta gank
fun.
somebody. We gotta gank somebody.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Okay. Let's see. But yeah, we haven't seen the Halcyon node or Halcyon, whatever you're gonna pronounce it. But I'm pretty sure Grave Peak is where we saw the day and night cycle. Below that, we have Citadel of the Steel Bloom, which is another POI, which obviously you guys know that's one with the Bard showcase.
He's talking about right here.
Ruins of Ayla is under that.
I
So
don't
that's
think we've
obviously
seen that.
where today's nope, that's today's stream. That's the starting area.
Oh yeah. Yeah, sorry.
That's the Ruins of Ayla from today's stream, where this is where you're gonna spawn. Then this is your basic starting area. This is where you're gonna do most of your stuff. So up to the left, the Ursine Caves, which Els pointed out, I don't think we've seen that. I don't remember where the Mage Showcase was. Do you guys remember where the Node Showcase was? Was it the Church of the Seven Stars or the Dargle Estates? Maybe it has to be one of those. I know what he said. I think it's one of those. Chat. Anybody remember the name of where the Mage Showcase took place?
The Mage Showcase.
I know they were right outside of what they referred to as a dungeon or POI. The Goblin Prison, says Fangline. I don't even see the Goblin Prison on here. But he said it's called the Goblin Prison. So it's probably a pocket dungeon, as they refer to it as. Oh, wait, he says Dargle Estates is where the Bard Showcase is. Oh, okay. So they went from the Dargle. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I said that wrong.
Okay.
Citadel of the Steel Bloom was the I had it in my head right, but I said it wrong. Citadel of the Steel Bloom was obviously the Firebrand Showcase. Dargle Estates was the Bard Showcase. You're right. I did say that wrong. And then Church of the Seven Stars. Now the Mage one, I don't know at all. Yeah.
It might not have even been a place.
Yeah, I know they said the name, but I don't. It may be something that's not even on the map, and it wouldn't even like spark a memory or whatever. So yeah, but yeah, here's our favorite node, Jova.
Jova, yep.
To the
this was
far west.
under NDA for a little bit.
Yeah. So you guys, there it is, Jova. We gotta settle there. Just we may have to settle there. And then you have New Ayla, the bottom left. That's interesting. I wonder what that one looks like. I wonder if it's like mountainous. It looks like it's near some mountains there, chat. Here, I'm blocking that whole thing, chat. Here, let me hide my camera for you guys. There you go. There's New Ayla if you guys want to take a look at that.
All right, nice. We have the outline of Alpha 2.
Mm-hmm.
Which node would you hole up in?
Jova. Well, strategically, if I had to be serious, I don't want to do Lewstead over here. I don't want to do Lewstead. I would like. It's weird. I kind of want to be. I think strategically, Winstead is near all the good content.
I'm going to circle mine on screen, and then you tell me what yours is. It'll be a fun game.
Okay. So where do I want to hold up? I'm going to approach this from a different perspective, chat. Somebody in chat said the same thing I did. BM says mirror left for all that map. Idar says New Ayla for sure. I'll tell you what, chat. I know where I want to hold up. Over here at New Ayla. That's where I want to go. You're in the corner. You can see people approach. You're like if someone's over there in your territory, they're obviously over there in your territory to like do something, or they mean business. It's not like, oh, I wasn't on the way to another PO. I was on the way to a POI, or I was like, no, you got to go out your way to pull up on New Ayla, right? Yeah. You what you're doing in our territory, it'll make it easier to fit into that role play. Like, don't come around here. This is us. Like, someone goes to Winstead, like, oh, I'm on the way to the Citadel to Steel Bloom. I'm on the way to Carfin. You come over to New Ayla, there's not even a POI near us, really. Not over here in the corner.
Yeah, it's
So
on
we
site.
mean, yeah. So that's where I want to hold up. And I feel like it'll be less contested. I feel like most people are gonna have that approach that BM said, where it's like, yeah, you said it's too far away from everything, in my opinion, but that's exactly why I want it. Because I
Yeah.
feel like Winstead and Mirrorlift is gonna get swallowed up by those big, no life, 500 deep guilds, and we're gonna be, our little small man army holding up over here in New Ayla. Y'all can be near all that, but we're gonna get mayor and we're gonna hold up over here.
So that
Oh, ain't
would
the Lawless Zone there? Yeah, Lawless Zone ain't too far, the turquoise one.
yeah, so that was my second best one. New Ayla would have been my second choice. My first choice was actually Halcyon or Halcyon. How do you say it? And the reason that is it's surrounded on three sides by a river. And so you have strategic defense points there. And then you also have river access going to a bunch of different points. Like literally you can go into Halcyon and you can access so many different things through the river. You have three POIs around you, which is better than well, actually Jova's got a pretty good one. Winstead only has the two, Miralith has two. But yeah, you got three there. And so that they're close, but if we had enough people and we could actually hold it, I think that I would hold up in Halcyon for that reason.
Somebody said, ain't Halcyon that blue rock material you can gather? Yeah, they showed that in the Freehold showcase. I
Yeah.
think it is the same thing. It may be spelled different. I don't know. You know what else is cool that you didn't mention? It's so close to a Lawless Zone.
Exactly.
That's really good too.
Muscles over here said no one and nicer heading to Halcyon or Miraleth because it's close to lawless areas. See, our community knows us. They just know us nice.
Yeah, New Ayla, if it looks too barren and out the way, because I see no POIs or anything over here really. If it's too out of the way, then okay. And like if I really genuinely think Mirrorlift is up for grabs, I'd like that for sure.
Yeah, if we don't have enough people, like if we don't think we could hold something, New Ayla's, like you said, is a way better choice. Like, cause yeah, like look at that. Like I said that Halcyon's surrounded by water. You're surrounded by water twice with New Ayla. Like they got to go through water twice to get to you. And so it's a similar point, and it's a similar point of view. So yeah, like we could hold up New Ayla, we could party there, we could hang out, and yeah, like I'm cool with both.
Nice.
New Ayla will be for the RPers. Oh my.
Just tuck them in the corner over there. Yeah, I'll be down with whatever though, chat. Someone asked, is your guild full via Discord? No, you can still apply. So if you guys did miss the guild announcement, we did finally announce and start our syndicate guild. If you want to become a member of the syndicate guild and become a sinner, feel free to join our Voices of Error Discord and sign up. The Voice of Error Discord, it's obviously our overall community, but we have like a top secret classified section hidden deep within the depths of the Voices of Error for those separate section for the Syndicate Guild specifically. And yeah, if you're interested, feel free to apply. Make sure you have as detailed and good as an application as you can. And yeah. And if you have any questions, we did do a whole stream kind of answering most things you would ask.
I'm gonna do the dangerous thing and pull my Discord over. But yeah, if you guys want to do this, this is the Voice of Error Discord. I can send you guys a link. You come here, you come down to the bottom, and there's a guild application channel, and you fill out the guild application right here. And when you do that, it gets pinged to us, and then we approve you, and then you get into guild chat. It was actually asked after our live stream last week. Because we're making a guild now, what's going to happen with the Discord? And the thing is, guys, Voices of Vera will function separately from our guild. We'll talk guild stuff at times during Voices of Vera because I mean it's a game. These things are intertwined, of course. But Voices of Vera is for everybody. If you guys want to, if you guys don't want to join our guild, you don't have to. Like there's no big deal. But if you want to join, it is separate. We will be approaching that in a completely separate way within that Discord.
Yes, well said, well said. The Vec in this stream was so thick. Bro,
Whoa.
you are so weird.
You gotta relax.
Bro, you are really weird. I thought the same thing, man. What the hell?
Wow. I'm gonna mute my mic for a little bit.
Oh man. I was like, never mind. Let me be quiet. I was like, ain't no way Margaret didn't play with the sliders for that Vec. I'm just saying that Vec was not a normal built Vec. It wasn't. T-Mac, thank you for subscribing. I didn't even get a sound for that.
Oh yeah, and huge shout out to Arctic, by the way. Arctic did so much in setting up like what we have so far in the Discord for the guild. Thank you so much, Arctic. That was huge. Like we
yes,
I do not have those capabilities, and he did a great job.
Yeah, let's just keep that going. Let's just Arctic, dude. Thank you. Do I have a mod on Twitch that can pin that Discord for us? Arctic, dude. I mean, first off, hell, viral too. Viral.
Yes.
Those two, we could not do like we don't Discord. we don't Discord well. And so those two have been amazing mods for us. Arctic especially came up like with a whole bot, Discord guild bot, so people can press a button, submit their application. It gets fed right to us. As soon as they're approved, they automatically get the role. Little stuff like that. Yeah, he's a bot monster. He did a couple other fun things and stuff like that. So yeah. And Arctic may have some stuff coming up behind the scenes as well. So yeah. Big shout out. Dude is behind the scenes is like putting in work. That's all I'm gonna say. Behind the scenes, he is putting in work. So yeah. Yeah, appreciate it. Oh, and he's a huge longtime supporter of both of our channels, just to put the cherry on top. So yeah.
Can you teabag in your guild? Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Friendly teabags though.
Yeah.
Friendly.
We
don't make them too passionate.
We don't want to do any of like the harassing. I don't view teabagging as toxic. I view it as funny.
Yeah.
And there's a big difference between that. We don't want to see like nasty messages where you're, threatening to hurt people in real life or anything.
Yeah.
Like none of that stuff. But yeah, if you have a heated battle and you want to drop some bags, I don't care. I don't care
it's really hard especially if it's an outnumbered fight, it's really hard not to teabag the person that was chasing you like 2v1, 3v1 for the longest, and you turn around and burst them. It's like the urge to not like teabag them is just like, it's like like that whole thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
well,
man.
it's I'm sure you've gotten this before, Nice, but like there is an entire what's the word for it? Depending on what games you've played in the past, your view on teabags differs drastically. Like
yes,
like I only really bag my friends and people that bag me. I can count on like one hand how many people I've gone out of my way to drop bags on unprovoked because they were just annoying me. But for me, it's not a big deal. Like I've watched my friend duel and he lost the duel. And so I bagged the shit out of him because I thought it was hilarious. Like it was just like, yeah. And he does the same thing to me. Right. Like, and it's just like, yeah, you got wrecked. And then we just move on. We laugh and whatever. It's just a funny thing to do. If I see somebody I know in game, I bag at them because I'm like, hey, hello. Cause I don't put emotes on there. I'll bag at you. Bagging also means hello. It's a universal symbol of friendship. Yes. But for some people, teabagging is like you might as well have slapped their mom and you might as well have like insulted their dad and said he was a lowlife, and it's the worst thing in the world. And I get that. That's why I try not to bag people that don't bag
are
me.
sensitive. Yeah, because you never know. I got a teabag story one time. Should I tell it?
Yeah.
I don't know if I've told it on the show. It might have been like a really early episode of Voices of Air if I did, because if I did, it had to be a long time ago. But let me tell you guys a quick teabag story. So back when I was a console gamer, you guys know what PlayStation party chats are, Xbox Live party chats, whatever. So I had a guild on the Elder Scrolls Online, and two members, they were playing on opposite alliances in PvP, so obviously they had the opportunity to attack each other. And well, one member tried to fight the other guy, and he lost, and the guy teabagged him, just as jokes. I think they even recognized each other. He just teabagged him as jokes. I was at work. I came home, and I see these messages in our guild group chat going crazy. Like it's some angry messages. Like I'm like, whoa. And as guild leader, I gotta try to be civil and like, hey, you guys need to hash this out. We're a guild, we're friends, let's just talk. So I'm the mature one. I'm like, hey, let's just all get in a party chat. Let's talk it out, you guys. Bro, we get in a party chat. I was not prepared for this. I was not prepared. This was my introductory. This was the first time I ever had to do guild leadership in anything ever. Like as far as like, trying to rectify a situation. So we get in the chat. The one guy, he's kind of the teabagger, he's pretty level-headed. The guy that was teabagged though, chat, forgive me for everything I'm about to say. He was irate. He was very upset. This
A day
guy
later?
was
A day later?
no, this was later that day. This
Oh,
was
okay,
later that
okay,
day.
okay. I'm sorry.
Hours had passed, to be fair. I mean,
I'm sorry.
hours.
Ow.
So
Oh my god.
you heard the emotions in his voice. Like it was passionate. It was sad. So he starts yelling, going off at that guy, how you gonna teabag me? Teabag me? And bro's like, hey, it's just a teabag. And I'm like, and so I try to empathize and kind of try to play the middleman, like, hey, try not to teabag for fellow guild members. Hey, you never know how someone takes it. Blah blah blah. But at the same time, it is just I told the other guy at the same time, it is just a teabag. He obviously doesn't mean anything by it. You guys are talking about holy crap. Noobtastic just said something in chat. He said the guy probably had some real life teabag trauma. Oh boy, that is some foreshadowing, guys. Just to give you a hint of where this story is about to go.
Oh
Okay,
boy.
so he's like, I'm like, dude, it's just a teabag. He didn't mean anything by it. And so he's like, nah, man, nah, he teabagged me. How you gonna teabag my character, bro? Now, maybe this was immature of me. And in hindsight, I shouldn't have said this. But after a while, I start to get on the teabagger side. I'm like, all right, buddy, this has been a 10-minute. There's no way this should be a 10-minute conversation. There's no way I should still be having this conversation about teabagging, right?
Yeah.
Let's just drop it. You're doing too much. And he starts getting emotional, like he's mad. And then so something I like to do when someone's like doing a little too much, they're like a little too irate. I'm like, I realize that whenever someone's doing too much, it's usually because of something else. There's some trauma, or
Yeah.
you're not mad at me. You're mad at something else going on IRL. You're stressed, or something happened in your past, but you don't know how to deal with it. You're depressed, or there's something wrong. Like, reach out to me. Like, what's going on? Let's talk about it. I'm here if you need
Sure.
me. Like, what's this really about?
Yep.
And so he's emotional. I'm like, dude, what's going on? Like, did you get teabagged or something? Like, why is this such a passionate subject for you? He didn't actually SA you. Like, he's just crouching over your character. He didn't mean nothing by it. Chat gets quiet. You kind of hear him sniffling. And he proceeds to tell me this story, and obviously I'm not going to say the person's name, or anything like that. So just kind of keeping this within the right confines that are appropriate.
Yep.
So he tells me when he was younger and he was in school, he was bullied, and there was a bully who would always pick on him and beat him up. And one day, the bully got a friend. And they jumped him. They jumped him. A bunch of kids in the schoolyard, and at least 2 of them were hitting him, knocked him on the ground. He's just on the ground. And try not to laugh, chat, because this is like something. But they took turns teabagging him. I mean, Cole's still on, but I'm talking like Halo teabags. Like they did a line and they just walked by, dip, and kept walking, like straight up actually teabagged him. And he admitted that caused trauma. So when he's teabagged in game, it actually affects him. Like it was a trigger.
Wow.
And so it was just awkward silence. And I was like, holy crap. Maybe
Maybe
I
you
was
should
like,
say sorry.
dude,
Why
I was
does
like,
anybody want to teabag? That's fucked up, guys. Cut it out.
it's funny. The guy did like, okay, we obviously didn't know you're the one
Yeah.
guy in the world that actually went through that. And
Yeah.
so they all apologized. And
Yeah.
so like, so I was like, damn, dude, like you are genuinely the first person in the world to complain about being teabagged. And I'm actually on your side. Like, oh no, I get it. I get it. Like, that's bad. Like that's traumatic as hell. And I'm like, dude. And obviously I had a whole soothing conversation with them and whatever. And then I was like, dude, how are you PvPing? How are you playing the Elder Scrolls Online? Because I get teabagged. I get zerged down and teabagged like
for real.
3 times a day. Like, what?
I had
how are you
guilds.
going through this?
I would have guilds that would line up to bag me. Like literally whole guilds were like, yeah, let's chase this guy and bag him. Like, I wouldn't be able to play games if that was trauma for me.
Yeah. It was
It's crazy.
yeah, but that story sticks with me to this day because it's like, what did I do then? Oh, I just talked to him and made him feel better and say, hey, I'm sorry. Like I literally consoled him like a therapist. I don't think I literally consoled him like a
Yeah, that's
therapist,
messed
and
up.
I had the other guy apologize, and the other guy was very understanding after hearing that story, like most people would be. It's like, oh damn, dude, like that obviously him doing that sparked some trauma from his childhood. And so, I don't know. After that day, I tell you what, I don't think I teabagged someone for like months unless they teabagged me first. I was like, my goodness, what are the chances that this guy teabagged the one guy,
Yeah.
And it was it was even sadder. His girlfriend was in the background as he was like breaking down, telling this story. When I tell you it was the saddest thing, like I as a guild leader for a MMO, you should not have to deal with that. Like it was a situation. It was like a lot of consoling and whatnot. So yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to make light of this person's trauma, and I'm not going to at all, because that sounds awful, and like that experience of being bullied is a completely different experience. But I'm sure people in chat here know this, but I was in the army, and Mad Hatton brought up the impossible sit-up, and I haven't heard that, and I haven't remembered that for a very long time. There was some stuff that just happened naturally in all men's barracks that, like, it's just everybody was going to have something happen to them, if that makes sense. And so, like, I envision like myself in the army, like if somebody bagged me, I'd be like, I'm getting you back later, bitch. Like that's just how I'd be like, I'm getting you back later. But once again, guys, this is a completely different experience. Like this is me, grown man in the army versus kid in elementary school or high school, like getting bullied. But like it's two completely different situations. So yeah, I'd never have heard of somebody actually getting teabagged in real life. That's changed my perspective.
I didn't know it was possible. Like now, you know what? Now, somebody said that she break up with him after. Nah, they were like long time couple. I don't still talk to the people, but they were a long time couple, so I imagine they were okay. But yeah, she was pretty much telling him like get out the chat, which was, I mean, to be fair, was smart advice by her. But yeah, she was actually sympathetic, believe it or not. But somebody said something I wanted to read here. Anyways. Anyways, so so just think twice, and that's why I'm like, I'm not saying we're not against teabagging, but I am against like hate mail, hate whispers. Like, don't be the one to send the toxic message. If someone's talking trash and you want to talk back, hey, pre-game, right? They started it, but don't be the one that loses a fight and send them a message saying you're trash. I remember 1v3 and someone, and they like, you're trash. I'm like, what does that make you if I killed you and two other friends?
Yeah.
If I'm trash, then what are you? You're manure. What?
I'm sure you've had this too, Nice, but it is kind of funny because like we've had it where like we fight outnumbered. We die a lot. We get bagged up. We get bagged a lot. And I got a win versus these people, and I bagged them, and I posted it on YouTube because it was a fun fight. And I posted the bags at the end. And I don't know how many times this has happened, but somebody's gone, you bagged somebody, unfollowed, unsubscribed, and you're like, oh, okay, like okay, I'm sorry, but like,
dude. YouTubers are held to a higher standard, dude. I tell you what,
crazy.
So random, and this is just the last random tangent story. This one's short though. So on my channel, I have a video called New World Toxic Arena. It's still up on my channel. And what the situation was for that video is me and arenas are 3v3, but our teammate disconnected before the match even started. So we were 2v3 for each round of the arena. We actually turned out winning it, even though we were outnumbered 2 versus 3. We actually ended up winning the arena, which is awesome. But after like a round or two, they teabagged me first, like after killing me for like no reason. They just started bagging because I guess they figured they outnumbered us or whatever. They bagged us. And at the end of the video, after the last kill, we won 2v3. I got my revenge teabag. Got the final kill, got the revenge teabag.
Yep.
I got so much flack for that in the comments. I thought you would take the higher road. Disappointed. Stuff like that. I'm like, me, I got teabagged. I can't bag back. I can see if I was toxic and I bagged them first, but I can't bag back, really. But
Yeah.
yeah, apparently that's frowned upon. So back on track with the Alpha 2 guide chat. I have something we'll edit all that out. I have it pulled up on my stream here. But they did release the available weapon skill trees. The available weapon skill tree. So there will be more weapons than what you see here, but these are the weapons that will have their custom weapon trees actually filled out, their weapon procs and stuff like that. So do keep that in mind. So there is the mace, the short bow, the long bow, the one-handed sword, the two-handed sword, the wand, and the book. And I assume the mace is a one-hander. From what I heard, the shield is only paired with the one-handed sword right now. I don't know if that's the case, or I don't know if that's actually true or not. But yeah, I wonder if you can choose either a one-handed sword and shield or a mace and shield, and like maybe there's a benefit to having the mace, whereas it's more defensive buffs. Like Guild Wars 2, I think the mace was like the defensive weapon. It had a lot of Aegis, it had a lot of resistances, stuns, whereas the one-handed sword was more DPS, maybe bleeds or whatever. So I hope there is fundamental differences between the one-handed weapons. So yeah, and as you guys remember, shield does not get a weapon tree as it sits right now. Yeah, mace, shield, fighter. Oh yeah. See, fighter with a sword and shield sounds sick to me. If I don't
Yeah.
find the tank engaging, which you guys know that's the main archetype I'm gonna go for. If I don't find that as fun as engaging, because I already know the fighter archetype is the best looking one. It just looks so perfect for me. But I love the tank role, so I'm gonna make the tank work. If I can do sword and board fighter and just settle for being an off tank, I mean, hey.
Yeah. I want the spear. You already know this, Nice. I want the spear.
Yeah.
And I'm really disappointed that we missed out on the most OP spear ever in existence. But
Yes.
but yeah, if I can't do that and I want the full weapon tree, I'll probably go two-handed sword, or I might do one-handed shield with you. I'm not sure. So
if you guys missed it during today's stream, they said that on their last spot test, I think they accidentally had the spear in there, or it was just coded wrong. But apparently the spear was like OP, like it was just melting mobs down, like it was like ridiculously powerful. So yeah, spear
Yeah.
shield. I hope we can do one-handed spear and shield. That's like a big class, man. I love that in Elden Ring. Get me a nice tower shield, then my lance in the offhand. Oh, that was my build, baby. That was my build.
I didn't like how the animations looked in Elden Ring, but I loved their shield and spear. Like that was so freaking sick. Just the little pokes behind the shield. Yeah, it's good stuff.
I loved it. So what else we got on the list here? So let's see, weapon skill trees. So there was a trailer, which I haven't shown here. I just got the main guide footage here in the background. But there was a trailer that I want to go frame by frame with. I don't know if we will have enough time for that. I'm kind of good on time, but I think it was amazing. Chat. You know what? Let's do it. You guys want to do a live? Because I saw some things in there. I think it's worth going frame by frame with. You guys want to do that?
You wanna share it? Because I don't have it exactly pulled up.
Here, I don't have it pulled up, but I got it. Well, I basically do. So here, let me share my screen with him really quick, you guys. Guess we'll do that.
What's up, dude? Good to see you.
Okay.
Yeah, guys. I mean, if you haven't noticed, like the hype is just slowly building more and more. I've been trying to keep tempered expectations, because it's like, okay, well, we don't know what it is, and that's still my perspective. Like, we don't know what it's going to show on day one, but it's still cool that it's almost here. Like, I've been thinking about Alpha 2 for 2 years now, so I'm looking forward to it.
Can I do every 3 frames? Yeah, we're not gonna do literally frame by frame, but yeah. No, not the trailer that no one was in, but the Margaret voiceover trailer. So here, let me kill this music really quick. Where even is my music playing from, chat? Oh, there it is. I like y'all was gonna tell me, oh, it's over there, nice. It's over there, nice. Go ahead and minimize that. All right, so I'm gonna have to find it, so forgive me. This was the trailer that no one was in, but after this, I think that was it. Yeah, this is it. So if you guys were not aware, this was a 10 out of 10 highlight for me. I really love this. So director of communications, Margaret Cron, she did the voiceover for this, and we got a lot, and there was some old footage. I want to say like 85 to 90% of it was new footage, and it was so amazing. Like it was so good. So let me make sure the volume's up. Looks like it's up.
You share?
Oh, I thought I was already sharing. Am I not? I'm sharing. What do you mean?
It's not popping up on my end.
Oh, you know what? I bet I know what I did here. Let me stop this and share my whole monitor for you.
There you go. It's not up yet, but yeah, that's probably what you have to click.
There you go.
What the hell?
I shared the app itself for some reason.
No, it's not. It's not working. Still.
Oh, weird. We were just doing this earlier.
Yeah. Oh, watch stream. Let me. Well, 1 second. There we go.
Okay.
Okay, I'm in. It was.
Yeah. Turns out you got to click watch stream. Yes.
I thought it was. I thought it was clicked in. That's all right. I'm
All
just
right.
brain dead, guys. I'm just brain dead. No big deal. Just my brain's not missing.
The AI voice integration. We talked about that earlier, but yeah, the AI voice integration. Yeah, we talked about that.
All right. Go
Okay.
ahead.
Yeah. Bro didn't realize he had to click watch stream. Imagine. Okay.
It wasn't giving me the option to watch the stream. Like the little thing wasn't until I clicked in.
Here we go, chat. I'll just
Thought
have
it
my
was
hand
on
on
my
the
ass.
pause button.
Oh, the music, by the way.
Adventurer. Welcome to Ashes
Mhm.
of Creation Alpha 2, where the world of Vera is yours to explore and shape. Ashes
Lovely
of
narration.
Creation Alpha 2 is an important early testing phase, which will be continually updating. As a participant, your journey will help shape the game's future through providing feedback and hunting down bugs to help us refine the world of Vera.
So I like that right there. They were just letting you know, like, hey, this is an alpha. You're gonna be
Mhm.
responsible for bug hunting, whatever.
When you first step through the
Huge.
portal, you'll begin your journey across various regions. One of these is the city of Lionhold, a Kalar military outpost.
Kalar military outposts. So my brain, when I first heard this in the stream, I was like, military node? Military node? But it's like a POI essentially. It's just an outpost, so yeah.
It's the launch point for their efforts to reclaim their ancestral home. Here,
Chat. I don't like the way that big ass spell book looks as you're running. It looks weird to me. I know I was kind of a fan of it when they first premiered it during the Bard stream, but it looks so weird to me.
Hold on.
I don't know why, but I don't know if it needs to be further away from the character as he's running or what, but it just looked weird.
One quick question, Ice, before you hit play. So
Mhm.
you were going off earlier about the Valoon being built different. Is this the first time you noticed the book, or
Huh?
is this the first time you noticed the book, like that they were actually carrying a book, or did you notice it
No,
early?
they're not carrying it.
these.
It's floating, right?
No, what I mean was, were you staring at this character's ass for too long and then you finally noticed the book?
Oh, no, not with this character, no.
Okay.
It looks good to
is the
you?
city of Lionhold,
I
a
like it.
Kalar military outpost.
I like that
I
they're
like the
compensating for
concept,
something.
but I don't know.
Launch
I think it
point
needs to
for
be a
their
little bit
efforts to
further away
reclaim
right here.
Their ancestral home. Here,
That's not
you'll
horrible.
meet the locals and embark on countless
Those
quests
character models look really good right there.
and adventures. As you continue your journey through Vera, you'll
That is
discover the
such good.
Citadel of the
That's a good
Steel Bloom.
shot.
Once the proud headquarters of the Order of the Steel Bloom, now it's abandoned and overrun by mercenary bandits.
Here's some new footage here. This right here is what I noticed. You saw that. Here, let me play it
Once
back.
the proud
By the way, they love fog. They love fog.
headquarters of the Order of the
Oh
Steel
my
Bloom,
gosh,
now it's abandoned.
bro! I know Fog of War is gonna be on the map, but this is what I call Fog of War.
Overrun by mercenary bandits.
So there, and we're gonna see a better shot of this later, but this right here, that
Oh,
reminds me
Aegis.
of like a fracture.
Yeah.
Like you're like a status effect where your armor is breached, you have less resistances. I wonder what's causing this. I don't think it's a specific skill. I think this is a status effect. That's my
that's
guess
a cool
right
that's a
here.
cool way to show it. I actually like that.
Yeah, I really like it too. What is this right here? A skill, maybe? No, that's a status effect, I think. Maybe it's a skill, but yeah.
Treasures, dangers, and untold
I
stories.
love these cinematic shots, man. Look
You
at
may
that.
be wondering.
Was that the Heartwood? Was it? No, or was that just a random
Bugs
thing
to
from the
help us
POI
refine the
of
world of Vera.
Citadel Steel
When you
Bloom?
first step through the portal,
Oops, I
you'll
went back
begin
too
your
far. I'm sorry,
journey
chat.
across various regions.
Armor
One of
debuff
these
vibes
is
for
the
sure,
city of
yeah.
Reinhold, a Kalar
For
military
honor guard
outpost.
break, yeah.
It's the launch point for their efforts to reclaim their
The
ancestral
masks,
home.
those masks are so
Here,
cool.
You'll meet the locals and embark on countless quests and adventures. As you continue your journey through Vera, you'll discover the Citadel of the Steel Bloom. Once the
Oh, for
proud
sure.
headquarters of the Order of the
Welcome on in,
Steel Bloom,
strangeness.
now it's abandoned and overrun by mercenary bandits. Treasures, dangers, and untold stories await.
That's such a good shot. Yeah, I was wondering if this was no, I think this is just a random tree at that POI. Never mind. I was wondering if this was that like Heartwood or whatever they talked about earlier. That's a pretty cool thing though.
You may be wondering, how will I travel to all of these places? Don't worry, adventurer. There are so many ways to explore Vera, including a variety of mounts to carry you across vast landscapes through the dense forest.
Look at that. I love this shot. It just reminds you it's like a huge open world. Like I love it, man. I and by the way, with the narration or whatever, you can tell Margaret does like a lot of D&D and like role play stuff. Like her like role play narration
Cadence.
voice, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole cadence of it's just like, yeah.
Forest and over rugged mountains to reach your
Look at that
Look at that
shot,
cat.
man.
Look at the cat. The cat mount, dude. He's just like chilling.
So they said there's going to be a lot of mounts. I wonder how many mounts, like how many different mounts is going to be available to us. And I don't think animal husbandry will be ready for us at the launch of Alpha 2. So I wonder how many mounts is just like there by default and how we acquire said mounts.
Wonder
But
if
look at
that's
that
how soon.
shot. Oh, that's a good shout. Maybe so. You know, I love games where everything that you see, you can actually go to. I think GTA 5 was a good example of that.
Mhm.
There was a game called Just Cause 2. Dawn and Liberty actually is a really good, like you can see you got a lot of distance, like view distance in that game, and you can actually go to where you see and you can see it from very far. I think that's a really cool thing to have in a game, but this is just a breathtaking view. Must breathe them. We'll have taming the right way. Yeah.
destinations.
Beautiful.
Nodes are a major part of our journey, offering you choices that will shape the world. Will you join the node of Winstead or ally
Nope.
with the city of Miralith?
Nope.
Each decision shapes the world, and the node you choose will grow, thrive, and evolve based on your contribution.
Look at that water.
I was just thinking, is Nice going to comment on the
What
water?
are those contributions, you ask? You can help expand your node by trading, crafting, and helping it grow into a prosperous city. You can fight creatures, complete quests, participate in events, commissions, and mayoral commissions, node wars, and of course, gathering.
Yes, sir. She said fight creatures. I wonder if they got the NPC events. Or no, I think they specifically listed out on one of the phases. The NPC events where they try to attack the node. I don't think we get that in phase 1.
Yeah, I don't think so. I'll have to go back and look.
Throughout your journey, you'll find valuable resources in the
This Vec
that
looks like
cape,
a
though.
rat.
Look at that cape, though.
wild.
It is a
From
cool cape.
ores to herbs,
Little
to lumber.
scoundrel Vec right there, man.
Each resource
He's a little
part-
scoundrel
he's part
harvesting Vec,
goblin.
ain't he?
plays
He's
a
at least
vital
half
role in the
goblin.
development of both your node and your character.
It's pretty clean cut.
Yeah, we've all
Caravans
been
are
waiting.
another way to aid your node, transporting
They said the monster coin events were ready. There's no way that's true, Wildfire. You got to citate that for me. They said the monster coin events were ready. When did they say that? Am I missing? Is Steven leaking in Discord right now? Did I miss anything from Discord chat?
vital goods is essential for your new home's development. But be wary, other players may seek to claim your cargo for themselves.
Yeah, I'm sorry. There's no way they've worked
Caravans
on a
aren't the
monster
only
coin.
place where you'll face
Nah.
off against other players. Don your equipment and prepare for Node Wars, where skill, strategy, powerful.
This is all
gear,
new
and
footage. I'm
teamwork.
sorry. Let me bring it
Caravans
back.
aren't the only place where you'll face off against other players.
Caravans are not the only place where you'll face off with other players. Look at this open. Oh, I'm so excited. This scene right here got me hyped.
Bard.
Oh.
Don your equipment and prepare for Node Wars, where skill, strategy, powerful gear, and teamwork will
This
determine
is such
victory
beautiful
or
angles.
defeat.
There's that resistance thing.
Travel to Oakenbane Keep to challenge the formidable.
I'm so
beasts
excited to do
lurking
Oakenbane
within.
Keep.
Not all threats are ordinary. Deep in the wild, Tumok, the one-eyed Cyclops, awaits.
Yes. I love that they went and actually got this new footage of Tumok right here. Like you can tell it's pretty new. Obviously, they got the Bard in play, this armor in play, and they got this new cinematic look. I think this was just an extra touch. Yeah, they reused some old footage, but like this right here, like that's good, man. Seeing some rare zoomed in fight perspective is nice. Yes, it's better for the viewer. I was talking to somebody about that the other day. They've been showing me World of Warcraft PvP. I beat them in my first WoW duel the other day. Just throwing that out there because I hope they watch this later and I get to rub it in their face. But anyways, they were showing me some WoW PvP, and it's so ugly to watch. It's so ugly to watch because they play at max zoom out. So I don't know what's going on, especially as a newer player to the World of Warcraft. And it's just like, ew, like sometimes you got to think about the viewer. Like, let me still zoom out enough to, you can be strategic, right? You want to be aware of your surroundings, but there's a limit. You don't need to be at max zoom out distance, like what do you call it? Telescope distance, where I need a magnifying glass to watch your gameplay.
Beware, he doesn't take kindly to intruders.
Look at, hey, someone's got to explain this to me. We saw these little wolves in the first Tumok showcase. Does he summon these? Because when we saw these wolves in the last Tumok fight, someone said it was a nearby NPC. Does Tumok summon these wolves is my question. Or can I put on my tinfoil hat and say that this guy back here is a summoner? Yeah. I think that's more likely, right, chat? Surely. Okay, viral. Okay, you guys are saying, okay, so chat has some conspiracy theories, Else. Listen to this.
Okay, let's hear it.
Chat. Okay, so
Let's hear
viral gaming says yes, summoned. Nibiru 97 says he summons them. Whiff says Tumok summon them. These crazy conspiracy theories in chat. You guys need to relax. The more reasonable take is that this guy right here is a summoner, and that they're like, this is an Easter egg, and that these are wolves from the summoner attacking Tumok.
Yeah. You don't know how much of the game that they've been developing that we haven't seen yet. So Summoner's probably fully developed.
See, you guys are not like looking at the bigger picture. You assume Intrepid shows you everything. You don't understand that they try to drop you Easter eggs and drop you hints. You know how I know this? Matter of fact, I got some evidence. Just yesterday, Intrepid posted images to all of their social media, and everybody's like, oh, these are just normal pictures. No, they hid Alpha 2 codes within the image. And what is Intrepid doing right now? They're hiding the fact that the summoner is completely finished inside of this video. Stay woke. Stay woke. Be aware, chat. Keep up with me. Come on. It makes sense.
It's pretty clearly the case.
Zombie said seek help. Oh, by the way, the way this trailer closes out is amazing.
Ever-changing, shaped by your choices. So prepare yourself, adventurer. Alpha 2 is just the beginning.
Just the beginning.
The journey awaits. Will you rise to the challenge?
Can you go back real quick? Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yourself, adventurer.
The fight with Tumok.
Alpha 2 is just the beginning.
Stop.
The
What are those eyeballs?
journey awaits.
That's the insight strike. It might be. I know it's literally the symbol of one of the fighter skills.
Okay.
It's something that the fighter does. I'll find it right after this closes out. Actually,
Rise to the challenge.
Because I hadn't seen that.
I love the way
animation
that
on
closed that out. I love the way they closed that out with Tumok running at the camera. But they later here, and this is just a guess, but I'm pretty sure it's a fight. I remember seeing those eyes.
Yeah.
Inside of a skill. Okay, so I feel like it's what? Am I tripping? Chat, that was a fighter ability, right, chat?
Oh, nice.
They
Nice.
said tank? Huh?
Nice. Maybe it's a summoner skill.
I didn't want to say it, but now that you said it, no. It could be a taunt. Oh, look here. Tank has a taunt skill, but no. What were those eyes?
That's
Bard
what I was
video?
curious about.
Oh, Bard video. Bard video. Somebody said Bard video. Here we go. No, I don't see it.
I don't see it.
I know I
is
seen
it
those
maybe like chaos or something?
chaos.
Maybe is it chaos?
Oh, Pocket said it is the tank. He can show me the timestamp. Oh, perfect. Yeah. He said give him 3 minutes. Perfect. Yeah, that'd be cool. And let's take a look at the tank tree. But
I don't even
I don't
give
know
my wife 3
why.
minutes.
Dude, I don't know why, but I thought I seen that in the fighter skill, or I thought I seen it as a skill icon, but maybe this is what I was thinking of, but I don't recall seeing that. I could have sworn I saw those eyes somewhere. I was so sure. He says it's a tank thing.
Okay.
Is it, for some reason, Insight Strikes come to mind, but I don't think it's that tank skill. Yeah. Is this the, this is the, this is what I was thinking of. I knew, bro, I knew I wasn't crazy. I knew I wasn't crazy.
So it's unyielding berserk or reinvigorating berserk.
Berserk breaks all disabling effects on the cast, but it wouldn't make sense because it sounds like a buff. See, no, wait, berserk consume. Yeah, see, I don't know, but this is what I was thinking of. If that makes,
That's what the eyes looked like.
Yeah, so I'm not sure that's what that was, chat, but this is what I was thinking of when I said, "Oh, it's this skill," because it looks exactly like these eyes, and I'm pretty sure that was it. The taunt to grab aggro, that could be it too. But yeah, we'll see the timestamp that Pocket comes up with, because that could be it too. But it looked like these exact eyes, which is why I thought it was those eyes. I could be wrong. Matter of fact, now that we've looked at that, let's look at it. It's like glowing red eyes. It's got little lightning bolts.
I don't think the lightning bolts were on there, but it was very similar.
I forgot where it was. Yeah, it was before here. Okay. There we go.
Right here.
There we go. Back it up a little bit.
Cyclops awaits. Beware, he doesn't take kindly to.
Oh, okay, Pocket's got the timestamp. We'll check that out here in a second.
There was the eyes again too.
Oh crap! I was looking at Pocket's comment. My bad.
Cyclops awaits.
That's fine. There's a different angle.
Beware, he doesn't take kindly to.
Pause right there, in the back.
Oh
on
yeah.
the shield.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just curious.
The world
Sorry,
of Vera is a lot.
didn't mean to sidetrack us.
Here, let me see if I can grab this this hyperlink. Here, I'll grab it from Twitch chat. 1 second. I will. What I will do, actually, let me exit out of this. Let's just go to Twitch chat. Grab it from here. Where's that comment? Is my chat not refreshed right here? It's not. Here it is. All right, grabbing your link, Pocket.
The Derek all states.
He didn't timestamp the link. No, I'm playing. I do that all the time. He said 119.26. 119.26. And here, I'm about to share my whole screen on my end too. All right, chat. It should be ready. So let's look for these eyes.
See it out there in the distance, yeah.
I guess like southeast, yeah. I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Huzzah!
All right.
Here we go. Yeah.
Oh, there it is. There it is. It's a tank ability. What tank ability is it though?
Got some goblins over here.
Do we know what ability that is? Oh,
When
okay, don't know which skill.
When they switch to the dwarf, we might be able to see it as they go through the fight.
Oh.
We don't have to do it now.
We can disarm
I'll
them.
look at it later.
Do they even switch to the dwarf? Oh,
I don't think so. Actually,
Oh, we got a kidnapper back here.
but yeah. It's one of the berserks, but we can't tell which. Okay, gotcha. Okay, deal. Good shout. Good find there, Pocket. Good find. So I'm trying to think. As far as recapping today's Alpha 2 guide, is there anything else? Else, you already talked about the dead Heartwood as they exit the tutorial area, not even the whole area, but you know, the little initial, I can't say, initial
Initial
area,
entry.
the
Yeah.
dead heartwood. And they said as the node grows, that dead tree will slowly have more and more life. So I thought that was a pretty cool little lore thing, I guess.
The Heartwood
Let's
reminded me
see.
so much of Elden Ring.
It
Like
did,
that,
dude. It
like
did.
like this entire scene is essentially on my end is essentially like an Elden Ring style
Yeah.
screen capture. It's pretty crazy.
So other than that, they mentioned that a lot of the did you guys like this part right here that's on screen right now where Margaret and Bill kept constantly failing the gap there? It was kind of funny to leave in, but yeah. They did say that behind the scenes that originally in the first take that they had got the first time and Steven was struggling, but yeah. But it did drag on for a while, yeah. Um It was funny for a second, but they let it go way too long. Yeah. Say I felt the same, Sheko.
I like those things. I like that it actually took
It,
a little bit.
yeah, because it like as the viewer, you're just wanting to see the gameplay, but like at the same time, it's also them showing you their fun side, like you know, their it's kind of cool, like knowing that they're having fun developing this game, you know.
Yep.
So I liked it in that sense. So other than that, I think we covered the main things from the stream. Other than that, there was like them telling you like all the character models are like, you know, the buggy stuff. That's all work in progress, of course, and they're getting like passes on that. And it may even look much better by the time we get our hands on it. So yeah. Um so I'm waiting to the 2 hour mark to start talking about this, but chat. So there is something that we want to announce. Can't give you the date yet. We kind of already announced, but because as you guys know, we are speaking with creative director Steven Sharif for Voices of Air episode. This we are done with questions. We're done with questions. Uh Something that's going to be disappointing to some of you, although I'm sure, you know, you guys just want to see the interview. It won't be live. It will not be live. And let me just speak on that. So there is going to be so many live streams next month, live interviews with creative director Steven Sharif next month. By my count, I think we're already at 4 or 5 at least. And that's just from like the little bit that I know. There could be people that, you know, aren't speaking out loud about it, aren't bragging about it, or you know, or they're bigger creators outside of the AOC space, right? So there's a lot going on as far as interviews with Steven next month. So there's gonna be a lot answered. And so what we want to do is something a little different. And I will say this, and this may help you guys, it may build a little bit of hype and excitement. We want to do something very different, and I think you guys will really, really love it. It's not going to be your run of the mill, like, hey, Steven, you know, can you
What do you
tell
think
us
of the
about
fighter?
yeah, like how can you describe the necromancer class to us? It's not going to be just your run of the mill ashes of creation questions, just like yes or no or anything like that. We are going to have fun. We're gonna put Steven on the spot. We're not holding any punches. We're gonna put him on the spot. We're gonna do it in a fun way. But it's gonna be a good time. I think you all will really. I think you all will really enjoy. Uh, I, I can't stress that enough. I think you guys will like it. So the way we'll do it, it'll be edited, and I plan on doing like a lot of over the top editings just to make it even more of a good watch for you guys. Not cutting anything out. If I do cut anything out, I guess maybe some dead space if that happens to happen. But I just really want to make it a good viewing experience. And after the interview, I'll post it the following day, and obviously I'll keep you guys up to date with dates. But we, how do I keep saying this? We had fun coming up with the layup show,
Yeah.
which was freaking awesome. Like me and him was like, I was else. He actually came up with a fun idea. Which, by the way, after this stream, Margaret answered us on something. I got to talk with you about how exactly we're going to do a certain thing.
Okay.
But as far as the two options, he came up with something that I think is just going to be brilliant, hilarious, slash fun slash all that, whatever. You guys are gonna like it. I don't want to keep saying a lot without saying nothing, but
Yeah.
yeah,
To be
yeah. You want to speak on it?
Yeah, to piggyback off of that, so this is the cool part is we're in an awesome situation where we get to interview the creative director of Intrepid Studios, which is freaking awesome. But the other interesting part is there have been so many interviews and so many live streams and so many things talked about. It's tough to find questions sometimes to talk about things. And
Yeah.
we're going to set expectations for our interview with Steven Sharif right here, right now. So you guys know what you're getting into. We didn't want to ask any Alpha 2 questions. And I know that sounds kind of weird because we're walking up to Alpha 2, but I just didn't want to ask a question and then like a couple weeks later or 3 weeks, whenever it's going to happen, all of a sudden it's just answered by the time we hop into the game. Like, like, oh yeah, are we gonna have 3 potions or 4? Are we gonna have 4 potions or are we gonna have mana potions? Like, what kind of potions are we gonna have? How much of our bar are they gonna fill? Nobody cares. We'll find out in a couple weeks. Like that was my
Literally
perspective.
found out right after.
Yeah. And so none of our questions will be Alpha 2 related. We wanted to branch our questions to have some apply to like everybody. People that don't pay as much attention to the space. And then we also have some very specific questions for you guys that we've wanted to have asked that we don't believe have been asked on any other live stream. And so we wanted to do it in a fun way instead of it just being like a Q&A style thing. I'm really hoping it turns into a conversation, because just like picking Steven's brain about the game that he wants to build would be really fun to have on video.
Yes. Well said. Well said. And so our questions isn't going to be focused around things that are get answered the next week, the next 2 weeks, or whatever. We want questions, like you said, focus on Steven and about Ashes of Creation, the game, the vision, not just what we're going to get at Alpha 2 a couple days later. So yeah, we thought that was the right direction to go. And like I said 14 times, I think you guys will like it. I'm a little biased, but I think y'all will like it. He said, Lobster, how you doing? He said, bro, did y'all notice that you can weapon swap at level 1? It's weapon swap. Oh, yeah. I think that's just a change. Well, I think that's just a button to change your basic attacks. I could be wrong, but yeah, that looks like that's what that is. Yeah. Yeah. It's near the universal skills, yeah. Yeah, you put out the sword, then drop back to the bow. Yeah. Changes your basic attacks and all that. Yeah. You just need 2 weapons. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Obviously, like that'll be fun. We also have some other things that where we're not ready to announce yet, but hopefully soon. TM before Alpha 2 comes out, we'll have some more announcements there.
Yeah.
Obviously, nice. Did you real quick? We had talked potentially about doing a guild meeting. Do you want to?
Oh yeah. This would be a good time to plug that. Yeah. So as we said, you can apply to our syndicate guild via the Voices of Error Discord. You'll see a chat for that. But also, this upcoming Thursday, I'm about to send a ping out to syndicate guild members here shortly. This next Thursday, we will be doing a guild meeting. So be on the lookout for that. We will do a guild meeting going over pretty much introducing ourselves to each other, chatting about things, setting expectations. And I can't say too much, but it's gonna be fun. And I got a fun plan for us. We will probably also record it and put it into an unlisted video or a Discord video that we post to that chat, something like that. So maybe people that missed it can still watch back. But
yeah,
we
can. So we don't know if we're going to do it this way, but we kind of talked about tentatively maybe doing an unlisted stream and then providing a link for people that want to go back and watch it, that are in the guild, that they can go back and watch it. And so there's ways we can do unlisted streams so you guys can go check it out. But yeah, I thought just a fun thing off to the side. Just figured we'd mention it since there's a lot of guild members in chat right now.
Yes, and appreciate everybody that applied, everybody that joined. And yeah. Can you post it for us spies too? Sure, why not? It won't be nothing too. This one I gotta kind of make in the sense that somebody else might get a hold of. But I mean, before the game's out, I mean, what top
Yeah.
secret thing are we gonna
I
expose?
do
but
not care about spies. You guys can.
yeah,
You still have to
I'm
stop
sure-
us in game. You still
I'm
have
sure
to
I got
stop us in game. Not
I'm sure we got
concerned.
3 spies in there already, and they're gonna
Yeah,
be
right.
so disappointed.
Yeah,
But these
I
dudes
don't
are just
care.
talking about video games and stuff. What they're just having fun. They end up actually liking our guild better. That'd be funny. Spies in the alpha. Oh man, as far as just in an alpha or in an alpha, I think we're about to be surprised. There's a fine line between spy and voyeur. Let's get some double agents. Let's go. But all right, we're gonna end it here. We're 2 hours in. Thank you
Yeah.
guys so much for being here. Thank you, no one, as always. We're looking forward to the Steven interview. See you guys for the guild interview Thursday. We'll be back live with you more likely Tuesday next week. What else? What else? Thank you for being here. Thank you for the gifted subs, channel memberships,
Yes.
the likes, the subs, the follows. You guys were awesome to stream. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being part of the community. Don't forget to join the Voices of Vera Discord. I have been Nice Gaming. My co-host, No One. We could not do this without you, the Voices of Vera. You guys have a good weekend.
Let's
Peace.
find it. Let's see if we can find somebody to raid real quick.
There is nobody. Well,
There's
not
nobody.
for me.
Okay. Never mind. We will see you guys.